Spices are the 6 attributes Scouts Canada aims to foster with the Canadian Path: social, physical, intellectual, character, emotional, and spiritual. These are tricky concepts, so it's best to keep things simple. Don't plan your program around the spices. They'll happen naturally. When they do, help one another recognize growth by asking the right questions. How have you developed in the spices at camp this week?
What do you mean by that?
I don't really know what spices is.
Who did you meet this week at camp?
I made a friend with a kid who came from Niagara.
Normally we always work with our patrols, but now not everyone came, so I got to work with other people and we kind of got closer, I guess.
There will be people who you will meet who you will become friends with.
I've met a lot of the volunteers that work at the camp.
What did you do this week at camp?
This week I went hiking to the waterfall to have a shower.
I think my favorite thing was when I first started canoeing. I really enjoyed that.
We did archery, we did the rifle range.
Snorkeling, that was my favorite one.
What do you know now that you didn't know before?
I learned how to make shelters, work well with my other teammates.
How to survive if you ever get lost.
It was the first time I really was allowed to use a stove.
I learned how to kayak and a lot of other things that I didn't know how to do before.
I didn't know there was different ways to set up a little fire spot to start your fire.
Cooking for myself, setting up tents, helping around camp. It was a lot of work at first, but you get used to it and you just have fun.
What challenges did you overcome this week at camp?
I overcame jumping into the water for in and out.
I chickened out on rappelling 3 times.
Canoeing was kind of hard because it was really tiring, but when you get used to it, it is pretty easy.
It was a little bit scary or daunting picking up the rifle at first.
How did you deal with a difficult situation?
For being part of the scouting, probably one of the first things I did in Beavers was camping, going away from my parents for a long time. And I found that it was a little bit of a challenge at first, but being with my friends really helped.
It was raining yesterday and it was all gloomy. But we just keep thinking oh, the sun's gonna come out soon.
When I was canoeing out in the middle of the lake, I was watching the sunset with a lot of trees, and the sky was yellow and a lot of different colors. It was beautiful.
How have your values changed after your week at camp?
I think we both came to enjoy nature more than we used to.
I've gained leadership. I learned to care for other people and not just me. And I also learned to help others when needed.
Depending on how much you contributed towards on helping, it really makes you feel better the more you do.
By asking the right questions, it's not hard to appreciate how the spices are fostered in all kinds of scouting adventures. We'll see you on the Canadian Path.